What's up, YouTube fans? Today I want to take a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Armada Optimus Prime. So this is the commander class of this wave, and yes, I'm just getting this now. This was sent to me by Matt Partsformer. I actually bought it from him, so thanks for allowing me to get this at a good price. And I was actually interested in looking at it, but I never saw it in the store, and I just kind of forgot about it. And then he said, "Hey, I got it. You want to look at it?" I said, yes. So let's take a look at each individual component. There's a little bit of work you need to do to combine it together into the trailer, but got some nice silver paint here on the front. And over here on the guns, which become smokestacks, you got gold paint here. You'll see this more in the robot mode, obviously, but you can see that. Silver paint here on the wheels. Sometimes these wheels come unplugged. Just give it a firm push, it'll get stuck in there. Silver on the hubcaps. Overall, nice looking truck. It does roll nicely. And then here is the trailer. This also has some silver paint, nice big Autobot logo there. More of that gold paint on the back. Overall, pretty good. It does have wheels. These tracks are not working tracks, but they have wheels that work. And you do a little bit of setup here, so you're going to disconnect this block here and slide that over like that. And then same on this side, obviously, oops, like that. Unconnect this block right here. It helps if you just bring it down a little and then bring it out. And then you're going to take this piece here, you're going to open this up, and it's going to sit like this. This peg is going to plug into this slot right here, and then this is going to slide in these grooves. And these two pegs are going to peg in down here at the end. Go ahead and take this, and you can fit this into here like that. And then line up these two slots and give it a push, and there you go. It's ready. Then we can take this, plug this into the cab, and now we got Armada Optimus Prime in his fully geared up mode here. It looks really good. It rolls nicely. Yeah, I like it. You can also take this weapon here, this blaster, and this can mount in a couple places. I think it makes the most sense and looks the best up here, but you can put it in any port. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime, and you can see quite a big difference in size, just because, I mean, it is a commander class, so I expect it to be bigger. Still scales pretty well, but I mean, Armada is a totally different show, so wouldn't expect it to be, the same, but there you go. All right, now let's get Optimus transformed into his robot mode. Go ahead and detach the trailer. You can pull out the gun. Just set this aside for now, and we'll take care of the cab first. So we'll come to the sides here. You can unpeg the arms from the side of the truck there. Come to the front, we're going to open up these panels. They're going to accordion out to the side on both sides. Bring down this chest panel here and just bring that over and just leave this here for now for a second. Open these up. These are going to come down on a double hinge. And everything's nice and tight on this. It's just nothing's loose. Everything feels really good. Come to the back here. We can actually unpeg these tires from here. Rotate this around and then peg it back in on the bottom. Same thing on this side. Peg this back in. We're going to open up these side hip skirts, which will release. It's tabbed in here. And then you can take these and open up these hip skirts from here. And you can get this center piece tabbed back together. This should all be tabbed together. And then this chest is going to peg in right here, kind of hold it all together. My copy, it doesn't stay perfectly. It works, but it just doesn't stay perfectly pegged in. I imagine if I squeezed it together a little more, maybe it might. Come to the bottom here, open up these panels, flip out your feet, close those back up. And then finishing touch here, we're going to take these and rotate them so that you have the fist facing upwards. So he's got some nice silver and gold paint here. Gold paint on the arms, silver paint, which we saw in the vehicle mode. Nice gold for the hip skirts. Here's the back. You actually can take this symbol, which is interesting, and pop this off. It's just a translucent piece of plastic that's painted. This piece likes to slide. I don't think this is part of it. You can actually remove this. Maybe they're planning to reuse this for something else. But you can take this, put that on his arm, and now he's got that symbol there. So that's kind of neat. And yeah, overall, a really nice looking robot mode. I really like the head sculpt on it. Nice gold with yellow eyes, silver mask. And let's just go over his articulation. The head is on a ball joint, gets side to side, forward and backwards, and rotates all the way around. Shoulders rotate around on this joint, and I knocked off the symbol here. You get movement out to there. You also get a little bit of movement out of this other shoulder piece here. You have rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbow gets you the full bend. You get a no waist rotation and no ab crunch just due to the way it's designed. So that's a little bit unfortunate, at least in this mode. Hip skirts will move out of the way on the sides and the back. Legs go up to there on a ratchet, back to there on a ratchet, out to the side on friction. You have a rotation at the thigh, 90-degree bend at the knee, ankle tilt, and a toe tilt. So pretty good articulation for him. You do have his gun, which of course will fit here in his hand. It's pretty big. Obviously he has these guns too. You can also take this, and if you prefer, and stow it away on his backpack, however you like. You can also take these side blasters, and these will plug into here onto the side and make like a super gun. And again, it's, you know, all your option. Do it however you like. My personal preference is to have it on his arms, but you can have that kind of gun too. All right, now let's get the trailer transformed into base mode here. So go ahead and unpeg these from here. I'll allow you to take this, just set that aside for now. This one already came out, so we're going to pull open these panels here. Allow you to take this, unpeg this from here. It actually came out on its own, but there's two pegs on the top of this that plug into here. So take these and fold these out to the side. We can take these panels, collapse those in, and collapse that in. This is going to fold up. You're going to fold these panels down as kind of like little feet over here. Bring this back so it's straight back like this. You can set this down like this. Then we're going to take this here, fold this up. This is going to plug in right here on the front. And you have a little bit of a battle station. Now they have it like this, but I think that sits a little bit low. So I prefer to have it like this. All right, once you have this set up, you can take the gun and unpeg these smaller guns. And again, you can do whatever you want. I mean, this is totally kind of up to you how you want to do it. But you can plug these in over here on the sides. Or my preference, you can plug these here on this front piece here. Then you take this gun. There's a little spot right here to plug this in. So you can make a super gun. This does rotate here. And he's a little bit tall to sit here, so I think it looks fine if you let him sit like he's sitting at a battle station, and he can do that. And I think in the show, it was probably manned by minicons or, you know, other people, not him. So it wasn't meant to scale with him. But if you wanted to do this, you could, or you could put a smaller robot with it. But pretty nice base mode overall. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Basically the same height as this guy. A little bit beefier, of course, with his proportions, but fits in very nicely with other retail line Optimus Primes. All right, now let's get this guy transformed into his combined mode. So go ahead and set this aside for now, and we can unplug all the guns, set those aside. But we'll start with this guy here. So go ahead and take the arms and lift up this chest panel. These are going to accordion back up around the head and just sit like that. we can bring these arms down on the hinge so they're at 90 degrees on those elbows. Same on this one. Bring this down so it's like that, at a L shape. Come to these arms, you can just lift this out of the way for now, because we're going to take this and we're going to unpeg the legs from each other. They're going to open up like this, which will allow you to take these two and then bring them down like this. These are going to peg together to make the shoulder bits. But take this panel here. This is going to peg into the back, so there's a tab slot right there and a tab on the back of the arm. So get that lined up and pegged into here, just like that. Same on this side. Bring this up and get it pegged in. Arm's going to come down, and we're going to rotate this around, open up this panel, and this is an interesting sequence. We're going to fold this toe in, rotate the hand around, come back to the outside, rotate that toe back in, and then close this up. If you don't do that sequence, you actually have trouble folding that hand up. I just found that interesting that that's how it works. So same on this side. Bring this down, open this up, fold that in, rotate the hand, come back to the side, fold that back down, and then close this up. So it should look like this. Come to the inside here, you can see the head hiding away. We're going to lift this up, bring it all the way up until it kind of locks into place right here, like that. This is just going to stay right here. You can go ahead and open up the ears so they're straight. And that's his upper torso. Here's the back. Should be configured like this, with this ready to go inside. All right, so you can set that down for now. Come and grab this guy here, and we're going to take care of this. So bring these legs down, fold these panels over, bring down the toes. On the back, you're going to bring these back. All right, next we're going to take this, rotate this 180 degrees around, and then you're going to rotate this waist, bring this down, rotate this 180 degrees, so this ends up on the front. This is the front hip skirt. Goes down like these. You can bring these down, and then leave this like this. You can actually leave this up. It doesn't have to be all the way down. And we're going to take this upper portion and line this up with here. Open up this red panel, and this is going to slide down into here, and make sure that's closed. So slide this down into here, and then bring this panel down. There's two tabs that are going to fit into the top of his shoulders. So clip that into place. And then as you bring this down, there's two little clips here. They're going to clip into the top of his abdomen here. Make sure you open up this panel or it won't clip in. So bring this down, clip that in, close that up. There's two release pins right here. So if you push those, it'll release this. Right, those two pins. Right, close that up. And finishing touches, which are actually optional, and you can kind of do whatever you want, but bring this all the way up. It actually click into place right here. And then I like to take this, tab this into here. This sits on the back. Now you have that rocket launcher up here. All right, and there is Armada Optimus Prime in his combined robot mode. I think it looks really good. There's lots of nice paint detail on this one. You got a lot of gold paint kind of all throughout. Some silver accents here, more gold down here. Nice big Autobot logos on the hip skirts. Here's the back. I did show you kind of configuration for all of this. Overall, really nice gold paint on the head with some yellow for the eyes and a little bit of black in there. That all looks nice. For articulation, the head is on a ball joint. It goes up to there, down to there, side to side, and it rotates all the way around. You can pose the ears in and out. If you want them all the way straight, you can have it like that. I think it looks better. It's slightly in, kind of like on an angle, but you can do whatever you want. This chest piece is a little bit on the loose side. I don't know if they're planning to use this as a retool for something else, and they're going to get rid of that part, but this chest piece does sit a little bit loose. Rotation at the bicep on a ratchet, or on the shoulder on a ratchet. Shoulder go up to there. If you open up this panel here, you can get the shoulder all the way up, like that. And then you can just put this back together. Your rotation at the bicep. Single jointed elbow gets you 90 degrees on a ratchet, which is interesting. Rotation at the wrist, single pin for the fingers. They've pretty much been doing that for all the Commander class. And then you have a fixed peg in there for the gun. For the waist, because of the way I have it configured, it is locked in place. You just want to bring this back, bring up the hip skirts, and then you can grab this and rotate. And it is rotating this piece here. So it does get in the way a little bit just because of the way I have it configured, but it does rotate, no ab crunch there. Hip skirts, they do go up. This one actually will rotate too, so you can kind of get it. If you end up on an angle, you can kind of bring it back down, kind of get it in the right position, whatever you like. But the legs will go up to there on a ratchet, back to there on a ratchet. Nice strong ratchets, by the way. Out to the side on friction. These were a little bit on the loose side, but if you tighten these two screws, you know, back them out and then tighten them, you'll have a little bit nicer fit there. For the knees, you have a 90-degree bend, nice strong ratchet once again. You have ankle tilts, toe tilt up, so you can get a walking pose. And yeah, there you go for the articulation. As far as accessories, we can use the gun here just like we could in the smaller robot mode. And that's fine, but I do think it actually looks better if you take these off of here and use the super mode. For whatever reason in the instructions, they don't show it like this. But I just think, you know, super robot mode, why not use the super robot gun? And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Commander class Shattered Glass Jetfire, and then we've got the Earthrise Optimus Prime. He comes up to about his waist, and the Jetfire is actually taller by about maybe an inch or two. So this is the biggest Commander class we've gotten so far. This is also Commander class, but not quite as big, but it does look pretty nice overall. Scales well with the rest of the retail line. Just a little bit smaller than this guy. So final recommendations on the Transformers Legacy Armada Optimus Prime. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it. I like the vehicle mode and the robot mode. They did a really good job. There's plenty of accents on it here and there to break it up. It is a lot of gray plastic on it, but overall it looks pretty good because they've got a lot of accents and highlights. Nice sculpted detail. Base mode is okay. It's not bad, not my favorite, but it works. I do think it would have been better if they integrated the robot into being able to stand on it and use it as a battle station, but not a big deal. Biggest thing is the price point at the $90 Commander class price point. It seems a little bit overpriced, especially compared to what you're getting with, like, for example, the Commander class Jetfire, which is a much bigger figure, comes with blast effects. You know, this guy doesn't have any blast effects. It seems like it should have come with it for, you know, the price point, but it just didn't have it. You just get the gun and this piece here, which, you know, doesn't really do much. So it does feel like it's a little bit overpriced at the Commander class price point. I think a Leader class maybe would have been better, but other than that, I do like it. If you're an Armada fan, you're definitely going to enjoy this figure. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.